All right then, I think we're live. Let me just make sure. Yep, it is. Right. Hello. So, see if just wait a few minutes, seeing as I've just set this thing up. I've no idea if anybody's going to come live. This was a very spontaneous thing. So I just thought, well, fuck not. Just go live for half an hour or so. Seeing as this channel's been pretty much, I've not really done much on this channel whatsoever for a while. Reviews are still dwindling. The stuff that I need to review that I can review, that is actually on display and actually out of box, but just at the moment I just really can't get myself into the review thing at the moment. I don't know, I just feel I'm still a little bit burnt out with the review side of things more than the vlogs, but it's one of those things, you know, if you're feeling burnt out on something, there's no real point to force it, if you know what I mean. It's not really a good thing, because when you force something, or you review something just for the sake of reviewing it, you're not really coming over properly. I don't know how I can say it, but that's just me. You can usually tell when somebody is making a video just for the sake of it, to when they make and then another instance that they make a video and they're fully you see they've got that optimism, they've got something about themselves. It comes over more, and it kind of makes the video a lot better viewing experience, to when you're forcing it. That's just me. I try to make videos when I really feel like it, or I pick something up that I'm like, oh, I'm really happy that I finally have this. And I'm honestly thinking about maybe starting to. I mean, some people don't like these videos I do, but now and again I might change things up. And I like to talk about my films now and again. I don't talk about my films very often, because talking about films is kind of niche, as I think, on YouTube. You've got people that do it a lot better than I do, do a much better job at doing it. But a lot of people don't like movie reviews or film reviews, because some people just don't see the point. They just don't like to really see. They don't really like to watch somebody else's opinion on a film. They'd rather go and make their own opinion on it, which is all well and good, I guess. But I do like to talk about my anime, and I haven't really done any videos about anime related related stuff for a long time. And I know, again, anime is a niche thing as well, even though anime is a lot more respected and recognized now than it has ever been before. But there are still those people out there that either actively do not, just right off the bat, will not watch anime or aren't interested in it whatsoever, regardless. But the thing is, with the audience that I've kind of like, people that I've met in person, and throughout the years that I've been doing videos on YouTube, I've kind of come to understand the people that watch my videos. I've always been a YouTuber that has, if I can call myself a YouTuber, but I've always been somebody that makes videos that I want to make, regardless of what audience I have or the people that watch my videos. I like to make videos what I want to talk about, whatever I want to talk about, regardless of who may be watching. I mean, don't pander to the crowd, if you know what I mean. I've never really been that person, but at the same time, I recognise that I've quite a bit of a mix. I have quite a bit of a mix with people that watch my videos. A lot of the people that have subscribed to my channel subscribe to me or watch my videos because of my toy reviews on Transformers specifically, because that is where I started off doing. I started off just talking about toys, and then over the years I branched off into talking about films, anime, comic books, everything, anything. Something I've done bits over the years in different areas, but I'm thinking to maybe talk about anime a little bit, because anime is my second love next to Transformers. I do love my Transformers. I still do. I still enjoy rewatching some of the series that I've got on DVD that I'm lucky enough to be that I physically own. Like I love going back to watching Beast Wars. I love watching Transformers Prime, Transformers Animated. I've got all the Unicorn trilogy now, even though some fans just do not like that at all, any of it. But I love it. Even though I'm not a big fan of Energon, but I do like Armada and Cybertron. I've always been quite a fan of those two series. But yeah, I do like to go. I still love my Transformers, but I've like everybody out there. I don't just have one interest. I have multiple different interests, and that is why I like making videos talk about different things now and again, regardless of who's watching and how many people do watch. To me, that doesn't really matter. End of the day, this is my YouTube channel, and I talk about whatever I want to talk about, whether it's something that somebody else out there might be, no, I can't be bothered. No, it's not for me. But end of the day, yeah, end of the day, you can't, end of the day, you can't keep everybody happy in this world. Everybody likes what they like, don't like what they like, don't like what they don't like, if you know what I mean. So everybody's different. But end of the day, that's why I love making videos still. The whole point of me still making videos when I feel like making videos is because I like to express myself. I like to talk about the stuff that I'm quite passionate about and I really enjoy, such as animation of all varieties. I do love my classic animation, like your Hanna-Barbera stuff from like way back in the, really old stuff, like Looney Tunes, like original stuff. I love like my stop motion stuff, and I love my 3D animation, such as like Pixar, Disney. I love my traditional animation, cell animation, which is like original Disney, like Walt Disney from like a long time ago, like your Cinderella, Hercules, things of that nature, which was all kind of small cell animation with slight, that had slight computer usage to kind of make it more seamless, which is what you call tradigital. One person watching, hello, I don't know who it is, but I've gone again. I have mentioned about me going live to my friend Jace, but I'm guessing maybe Jace and Wendy are busy tonight. But it's all well and good. Like I say, I wasn't really planning. This is very spontaneous. But end of the day, this will be a viewable video once I'm finished anyway, so there's no harm done. But wait and see. You never know. Somebody else might want to come in. I know that the Transformers the show was on tonight, so a lot of people would have been watching that around about 8 o'clock this evening on a Friday. A lot of people's attention is on Transformers the show, which is quite rightly so as well. It is a good bit of fun. So some people are probably being that's probably finished now. I think it might have finished quite a bit ago, actually, probably over an hour ago. Yeah, probably. But yeah, what have I been up to recently? Well, I've just done a vlog on my John Knows Vlogs channel. I uploaded about an hour or so ago. Uploaded a new vlog, and basically, so I did that this evening. But I'm feeling a hell of a lot better now as well. Those of you friends of mine that on YouTube, my YouTube friends, those that still like to that have some sort of interest in stuff that I make and videos and stuff on my YouTubes, that are also friends of mine on Facebook and Instagram, will probably be mostly Facebook really, but they'll mostly will know that, well, majority will know that I've not been feeling too great recently. Yeah, since Thursday. Yeah, since Thursday last week. I came home from work on Thursday last week, and I was just back and forth to the toilet. Really, really had a bad 3 or 4 days over the weekend. You just back and forth to toilet and feeling absolutely just lethargic and sapped of any energy. And I've just felt absolutely terrible. I ended up ringing in sick from work on Monday morning, and they said to give it 48 hours to make sure anything's out in the system. And I went back to work on Wednesday this week. So I've only done like 2 days work this week. I've only been at work 2 days, and then I'm back on my 3-day weekend. So I haven't really done anything within this past week or whatever, because I've been recovering from that bug what I've had. It can only be a bug that I've had, because if it was anything else, like food poisoning, for instance, I would have been much worse, because I've had a bad case of food poisoning in the past, and I wasn't as bad as that, but it was bad enough that I just could not go to work on Monday and Tuesday. I was just back and forth to the toilet still, not as much as I was on the Thursday, Friday, and the Saturday, but it seemed to kind of die down on the Monday. But I was getting like lower abdomen kind of aches, and whenever I got those, I needed to go to the toilet. So yeah, I've had a bad. I felt really terrible. So I didn't do anything at all that whole period of time. So I completely missed out on my weekend. Didn't really go anywhere. I just went for a walk once or twice, just to kind of get a bit of exercise, because I was literally just in this house pretty much the whole time. So that was that. So I'm finally feeling much better. So I just want to say quickly a huge thank you to those that actually reached out to me on my social medias, wishing me speedy recovery, friends and family. I really do appreciate it. So what have I been doing today? So yeah, earlier today I had to go and sort out my light bulb, so my headlight bulb, that went on my car. So I had to go to I nipped up to Halfords, which is literally just up the road. So I went to Halfords, picked up a couple of new bulbs for my car, and got that sorted. So that's all done. Since coming home, I've been just having a bit of a chilled out Friday, watching Tiger and Bunny season 2. I never thought Tiger and Bunny would ever get a second season, even though it's been rumored for years. But I've been watching the first couple of episodes of that season 2 of that today on Netflix, and I'm also watching another anime series called Rising of a Shield Hero. Really quite enjoying that. Just watched the original animated film from oh, I'll say original, but I watched the animated film called Hercules on Disney Plus from the 90s, the animated film. So I just watched that, which is one of my favorites on Disney. So I've just been having a chilled out evening, really, or day since getting home. Had a cheeky Macca's as well while I was out. McDonald's, which was a nice change. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the weekend. I know my good friend Smithy. Those of you that probably might maybe watch my vlogs. Smithy's been in a couple of my vlogs. He was in my Benidorm vlogs because I went to Benidorm with a couple of my friends, Smithy as well, back then. So I did a couple of travel vlogs when we went there, and he was in a couple of the videos. And then just recently I went to Reeton Sands for a week in a caravan, stayed in a static caravan, and Smithy and my mate Sam, Troubles Firestorm, both we went together, all three of us, and he's also in those videos as well. Those vlogs I did 3 Reeton Sands vlogs. So if anyone's interested in those, go and check out my vlog channel. But yeah, my mate Smithy, he's invited me out to go around a couple of one of his locals tomorrow evening. So I might take him up on that invitation and go out for a couple of drinks for a change, instead of what we usually do on a Saturday, where he comes round here, because that's usually what we do. He usually comes down to me, and either Sam or maybe might come round as well. And we usually just have a couple of drinks at mine, and we just listen to some music and that, and just have a chilled night. That's what we usually do. But we usually can't really afford to go out for a night out, or I can't anywhere. But money this week isn't too bad, so I think I might take him up on that invitation and go out tomorrow night. But I'm hoping to meet up see Sam, Troubles Firestorm. I'm hoping to see him tomorrow, some point in the afternoon, early afternoon, because I want to go and see Sonic 2. Oh, my phone's about to collapse. There we go. No, that's it. So I want to go and see Sonic 2 tomorrow at some point in the afternoon. It's a film I've been anticipating, because I really quite enjoyed the first Sonic film. It really surprised me, as it did quite a few people. It really did surprise me. It was, when the early designs for Sonic came out, a lot of people's hopes were like dashed. They were like, "Oh my God, Sonic looks absolutely terrible," and what the hell have they done? But then when they actually listened to the criticism, and they went and redesigned Sonic completely, and they made him a lot more faithful to his video game counterpart and his animated cartoon counterpart, and they really did a great job with the redesign. And the film itself, it would have been interesting to see what the film itself. I think the film would have still been the same regardless of how Sonic looked, but I generally think people wouldn't have really have cared, because Sonic just did not look good enough in the original design. So I don't think it would have done anywhere near as well if they didn't actually change the design or go back to the drawing board on the design of Sonic. So I think it was a good point. I think it was a good thing for the production company and people involved for doing that and listening to the criticisms at the time, because we've finally got basically an accurate video game adaptation movie. There's been quite a few attempts at a video game adaptation, live action films or films based on video games, and a lot of them have not worked whatsoever. So I think Sonic is probably one of the first of anything that is based off most of the video games. So yeah, I really did enjoy the first Sonic live action film. Really did. I mean, I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan, anyways, and he was really good as Dr. Robotnik, or Robotnik, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, I really did enjoy that film. So I'm very much looking forward to checking out the second one, because my boy Knuckles is in it. Very much looking forward to checking out how well they've adapted Knuckles. And also Tails is in there as well, and they've got the original voice actress for Tails, which is great. It's a shame. I mean, I understand some, you never know. Maybe the production company did try to get Jaleel White. Maybe they did try to reach out to him, but I don't know. But it would have been pretty cool if they got Jaleel White, who was the voice of Sonic in the animated cartoons. Well, the ones from the 90s anyway. Hearing Jaleel White as Sonic is Sonic to me, because I grew up with the cartoons for Sonic more than the video games. I mean, I was aware of the games, but I was too young at the time to really. I never played them. I never had the Sega Mega Drive or the Genesis. I never had them when I was a kid. The only consoles or gaming consoles I had as a kid was the PlayStation 1, the PS2, and I had an old Atari. I think it was the Master System. I've got a Sega Mega Drive now, but I picked that up about a year or two ago now, because it's a gaming system. Basically, when I was a kid, I wanted the Nintendo 64. So I really wanted the N64, but I never got it because my parents, because I had the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2, my parents didn't really understand video games, the whole idea of it's a different console, and there's a lot of a lot of games on the N64 that are only for that system, and I really wanted to play. And yeah, unfortunately, I never got an N64, but hopefully, you never know. I might pick one. I might pick one up for myself sometime. And also the GameCube. The GameCube was an unfortunate thing. It was a great little system. I never had one, but I knew somebody that did. And I used to go to his house when I was a kid, and we used to play. What was it? Can't remember the game now. There was a couple of games that we used to play when I used to go around to his house. But I've always wanted a GameCube, because that was unfortunately a short-lived system, but yet it's really kind of got a bit of a cult following behind it, and it's really got quite popular with a lot of gamers, which quite rightly so. It's a great little system, and some great games on that system as well. But you never know. I mean, I would like to collect retro consoles, but I just don't have the space for all of them to be set up together. If I had more space, I would absolutely love to have a retro gaming system area in my room, alongside my current gen stuff, which is like the PlayStation 4 and the PS5, etc. I would absolutely love to have just like a real nice display case or display thing below my TV, I'd love to pick up an old TV, one of the really old ones from like the 90s or 80s, 90s, and because it's got the actual connectors, it's got the composite plug connectors for a lot of the old retro consoles. And I would absolutely love to have like a separate TV that is just dedicated to retro game consoles. And then I've got my newer TV, which is the LED ones, which I've got upstairs already. The modern day telly, if you know what I mean, which has got HDMI connection for your more up to date consoles. So if I had the space, I'd absolutely love to have a proper like entertainment hub system area like that. It'd be great. I would love it. But at the moment, currently, I just don't have the room. But hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe in a couple of years down the line, I might maybe get my own place eventually. And then I can do what the hell I like. I can do what the hell I want. I can have my own little retro gaming area. I could have, a proper display going on for my collection and different things. One person watching, hello to you, whoever you are. If you want to get involved in the comments, by all means do so. But yeah, if nobody comes in the next 5-10 minutes, I probably might just knock this on the head for tonight. Seeing as people are probably a bit busy tonight, or I don't know, maybe got other things going on. That Friday feeling, so to speak. So you never know, people might be doing stuff tonight. But I just thought to just do this as a spontaneous thing, because I've not been very active on this channel for a while. I've not been uploading my reviews as I was doing, like at least once a week. I just feel a bit burnt out on the review front at the moment. I just don't have that energy, that enthusiasm to talk about toys at the minute. So I'm thinking about maybe until things change and I can finally get my collection back up to scratch, because I've still got stuff in box that I've picked up over the past couple of months, and I just don't have the room. I've got no space anywhere whatsoever to put anything on shelves, so I can actually finally open things up and put it on display. So until I finally get myself in gear and get my collection room or my collection sorted out, then I can start to do the reviews again a little bit, because there's a couple of figures that I can review, but I just can't be asked. Hey, Jace is here. My man Jace is here. Jace, how you doing? Decepticon King, as I know you as. Yes, it is my lad John. How are you doing, man? And then he's back again saying, yo, mate. How you doing, Jace? Hope you're well. Glad you could finally join us. 2 people watching, so I'm guessing it's Wendy as well. So, good man. But yeah, well, all I've been talking about, Jace, seeing as you've just finally joined us, I've just been talking about retro gaming, systems that I would love to own if I had the space. Like I was talking about the N64. I would love to pick up an N64. I'd love to get myself a Sega Genesis as well, a GameCube. All these different retro game consoles I'd love to pick up at some point in the future, but unfortunately I don't have the space for. And I was just talking about my collection problem at the moment as well. Hence why reviews, like my toy reviews, have been very scarce. I've mentioned about it a few times. I've got some figures that I would love to make a video on, but they're still in box. I just haven't been able to open them up and put them on display because I've got no space on my shelves. At some point, I'm going to have to see about getting myself a remedy in that situation, because I want to get my collection room sorted out before I go to TFN in August. I've still got plenty of time. I've still got at least a good 5 months or so, 4 or 5 months before I go to that, before I go to TFN. But you know, it's just one of those things, I guess. I mean, anyone that's a collector of anything, space is always a problem. Space is always a problem. We never have enough space for anything, unfortunately. But I'm hoping maybe in the next week or so I might be able to finally sort out my collection room and finally get some stuff on display, because I've still got my TMNT Power Ranger crossover figures. They're still in box. I've got the Shredder one, which is Tommy, Green Ranger Tommy, but as oh no, is it? Yeah, it's Green Ranger Tommy as Shredder. I've got that figure. That's also again in box. I've got the Coronation Starscream figure as well. That's still in box. There's a couple of other figures as well upstairs that are also in box. Where are we? She is on the way. Sweet. Decepticon Queen is coming. Is that Pepsi? It is indeed. Decepticon Queen. Hey, yeah. We have similar shelf issues. So many so many shiny, lovely shiny things. iPhone is an ass. No worries. Coronation Street Scream. Yeah. Whenever I see that name, whenever I see that Coronation name, I always think fucking hell, Coronation Street. Oh God, I can't stand the soaps. I mean, no disrespect to those that watch soaps, if anyone does, but I just generally cannot stand the soaps. I can't stand Coronation Street, can't stand Emmerdale, can't stand EastEnders, Hollyoaks, any of that shit. It's all melodrama. I've never been a fan of melodrama, and just never been a fan of that kind of stuff personally. And I don't like my reality TV either. I really can't stand any of that. I know, like things like Gogglebox is really, really popular, but I just don't like. I just can't stand that kind of stuff. I don't see the point of just putting a camera in random people's living rooms and just recording the reactions of random people that are watching TV, and they're watching stuff they've specifically told them to watch. It's not like they've just turned the TV on and turned it to a random channel. And something's just happened to come on which has sparked their interest. It's not like that. It's all obviously staged and scripted, because they've, to a certain extent, they've kind of just said, right, news at 10 this day, watch that. No, thank you. I've had enough of the news already. I really can't be asked of somebody else's thought process of that stuff I'm already aware of. I just can't be bothered. So I know it's popular and all, but I just don't see the point. I honestly just don't see the point of anything like that. Let's go Queen. We only watch Neighbours and other random documentaries. Yeah. And I've never been one for Neighbours either, personally. I used to watch Home and Away. I know that's been cancelled now, I believe. But I used to watch Home and Away when I was younger. My mum used to watch that, and I used to watch it. I didn't mind it. I used to like the women in it. I used to think the Australian women were quite attractive. Anyway, enough about that. Hello, cat. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't mind Home and Away, but again, I don't watch that anymore. You can't anymore anyway because it's gone off air now, apparently. No, am I getting mixed up? I know Neighbours has gone off the air, hasn't it? I think it's Neighbours that has been cancelled. I don't know about Home and Away. I think it's Neighbours. Team Home and Away. Oh, cat. So then, Jace, Wendy, what have you been up to lately? What have you been watching? What have you been watching? What have you been doing? Have you picked up any new toys lately? Let's have a conversation for a couple of minutes. I've been talking long enough as it is. Let me know what you've been up to, what you've been picking up. Jeez. Looking well, pal. Thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. After that spell of about 4 or 5 days not feeling too good, I'm feeling a lot better. A lot better now. Yu-Gi-Oh! V-Rain subbed. All right. Yu-Gi-Oh! V-Rains. I've heard of V-Rains, but I've never watched it. And Sweeney Todd, Johnny Depp. All right, cool. Very cool. Have you been picking anything up lately? Have you bought any new toys? Any new toys? Anything like that? I've not bought anything. I've been specifically not picking any new toys up until I can finally sort out my predicament at the moment. I mean, I'm generally thinking of getting rid of a couple of things on my shelves just to make some space, but my current collection at the moment, I'm happy with. There's no figures I really want to part ways with. There's a couple of figures, or there's a couple of things that's on one shelf that I'm not too bothered about, but and there's something else that takes up quite a lot of space on one of my shelves. I was gifted something about maybe going for about 5 years ago now, but it's too big. So I might have to get rid of that. I mean, if I got rid of that, it would actually free up a little bit of space. Not much, but I might be able to put a couple of figures in its place. Wait and see. But I can think of at least 3 things that I can at least maybe get rid of just to free a little bit of space. But I need to sort out either. I want to get one of those glass detail things from IKEA. I want to get one of those. And I might maybe get one more floating shelf as well. So that'll probably see me through for a little bit longer. Where are we? Cheers. Nope. Trying to think what was newest. Perceptor SS86. All right, cool. Studio Series Perceptor. Nice one. Decepticon Queen. Mainly playing Terraria and back and forth to annoying appointments for a hernia. That's been around too long. Got some new cards though. All right, okay. I'm sorry about that. Sorry that you've been back and forth, been going to appointments and everything. It's absolutely pain in the ass when you've got back-to-back appointments. So I've been there myself. Cheers. The vlogs you did recently are so good. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's Con Queen. Our biggest is Siege Jetfire. He's a big guy, stands twice as high the height of a leader. Yeah, I think is it Commander class. I can't remember what the class SARS classes are anymore. There's obviously your leader class, Voyager class, Scout class. They still do Scout class, or they call them Legends now. It's Legend class, I don't know. But the ones like Bumblebee size, or they're known as Deluxe now. I think that might be Deluxe still. I think anything like your Bumblebee's probably Deluxe, then Voyager, and then Leader. I think it's Commander after that, isn't it? Commander class that are bigger than a Leader. Could be. But yeah, I mean, I do like the Siege Jetfire. It's a nice figure, that. Commander class. Did you pick some Legends class Insecticons and Voyage Airfryer Seekers? No, I haven't got any of the Insecticons. I don't have any of the Seekers either. Like I say, I've got no space for anything. I've been deliberately not picking anything new up toy wise because I just don't have the room. I'm literally just the last 5 things that have come into this house, toy wise, are still in box. I just can't put them anywhere. So I'm deliberately not buying anything toy wise. I mean, I would love to pick up Seekers. I mean, I've got Coronation Starscream, so he's a Seeker. But I don't have any of his friends like Thundercracker or anyone like that. Even though I would love to get a full set of actual Seekers, I would love to get the full set of Seekers because I do like my Seekers. I like the Coneheads as well. I'd love a full set of Coneheads, like Thrust and everything. And I do like me Insecticons. They're cool. But like I say, I'm deliberately not picking anything new up at all until I can sort things out. I'm hoping to sort things out soon, probably in the next week or so. I can't do anything this week because my dad's not here. My dad's actually gone to see Jackie again, his girlfriend, this weekend. So unfortunately, because I need my dad's help with something, with most of the bookshelf behind my door, because my dad thinks he might be able to fix it for me without having to buy a new one. So which if he can somehow fix it, then that'll save me some money, and I can actually start to use that as an actual storage system, a bit of storage, because I've got the bookshelf behind my door that situates a lot of my anime. Not all of it. My anime is kind of scattered around the house. It's kind of some stuff's down here, which is like the more recent pickup stuff. And then I've got some stuff upstairs that are all over the place. I just can't, because the bookshelf behind the door, that could quite easily situate quite a lot of my DVDs and Blu-rays and such. But I can't use it properly because it's collapsed. One of the shelves have collapsed at the bottom, and it's causing a problem. So as soon as I try to take a DVD or anything away, it just starts to slip, and I don't want to cause any damage to anything that's below it. So I'm hoping that my dad can fix that for me without having to pick up a new storage shelf unit. And then I want to pick up one of them glass detolfs from IKEA, and maybe one more floating shelf, or a shelf basically. Because I don't really have any more wall space. I've only got one more wall that is actually solid brick. Because in my room I've got 2 brick walls and the other 2 are false walls, and you can put floating shelves on a false wall, but you've got to you've got to drill into the supporting the wooden supports. Otherwise, if you just go into, if you don't do that, the shelf will just, if you put anything that's got a little bit of heaviness to it, just a little bit, it could just pull the shelf off the wall, and it could damage anything it hits. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want my TV to get broken and my new record player, because I've got a new record player for Christmas off my dad. Well, kind of between me and my dad. And I don't want anything like that to get damaged if a shelf was to come off the wall. So I've only got one more wall that's solid brick, and I've only got enough space maybe for maybe one or two more shelves on that wall. So yeah. Where are we with the comments? Decepticon King. My fellow Decepticons, as your new leader, Megatron? Is that you? Starscream? Decepticon Queen. Jetfire takes some figuring out how to transform. There's some nice references towards the original G1 with the alternate battle mask and chest plate. Yeah, because Jetfire, the G1 toy, I believe it was a Macross figure originally. It was for the Macross line, a completely separate line. Because what's interesting about the Transformers toys, or the G1 line, is actually a mix match throughout the whole line, throughout the whole time scale of the G1 toy thing, from it starting to it finishing. Because obviously you had all different sorts. You had obviously the Micro Masters, you had Action Masters, you had all sorts of different figures within the toy line. But like, what's interesting is it was a mix match originally. It was like Macross. I think it was something called, what else was the other one? A company called Tonka. I think they did like some little converting little vehicles, and I think some of those toys were used in the Transformers line. And then there was another line as well. So I think there was about 3 or 4 different lines in Japan that was kind of mixed mashed and put that come together as the finished icon of the G1 toy line. But Jetfire, I believe the original toy for Jetfire was actually from a toy line called Macross, hence why it has that different face mold. And then obviously over the years it's gotten bigger. So it's gone King. Oh, who is your fave Seeker and Conehead? Out the Seekers, it's got to be Starscream. I've always been a big fan of Starscream as a character. He's my favourite of the Seekers, but my second favourite is Skywarp. I do like Skywarp. Hey, Carl, called Pikachu. Long screws, roll plugs, and polyfiller. Ah, cool. Good to know. That was a good impression. Thanks, man. God, Pikachu. Yeah, the original Jetfire was a Macross F1 VFL Valkyrie Battleroid. Ah, yes. Thank you, man. Oh shit! Where am I? So let's go quick. Microman, Micro Change, and Diaclone. Yeah, thank you very much. That's correct. Don't tell me you've never heard of Super Dimensional Fortress Macross, Nosy. I've heard of Macross. I've heard of the Macross line, but yeah. Thundercracker. My favourite is Thundercracker. Nice one. Well, Decepticon King. Oh, where am I? Just a minute. Carl first. You may know it under its Western name, Robotech Series 1. Yeah, I know of Robotech and I know of Macross. I know Robotech and Macross, they are the same thing. But yeah, Robotech was the Western name. Yeah, I do know that. Decepticon King. Beast Wars Megs or G1? Oh, I do love my G1 Megs because he's iconic. But I do love my Beast Wars Megs. I think Beast Wars Megs is my favourite Megatron throughout the interpretations. Even though I think I like Transformers Prime Megs because even though it was G1 Megatron because it was Frank Welker, but I love that more darker, sinister tone to Prime Megs, to G1 Megs. G1 Megs was more rational at this, when he knew he was bested, he would, he would just run away with the rest of the Decepticons, as he did that happen very, very frequently in G1. But what I like about Prime Megs is he did not care about his comrades. He did not care about his fellow Decepticons. He did not give a rat's ass. He only cared about his goal, his journey. He only cared about what he wanted and about what he was originally setting out in order to make Cybertron in his to try and bring make Cybertron in his image. He basically just had one thought process, and that's all he cared about. If any bot or anyone or anything got in his way, he would just eradicate them off the face of the earth or that planet. I just like that more sadistic, psychopathic version of Megatron. I really liked the Prime Megatron, but I loved Beast Wars Megatron. It's Shakespearean because David Kaye, who voiced obviously David Kaye, who voiced Beast Wars Megatron, he whenever he's in a panel, whenever he's been in a panel, he's been asked a question about anything in regards to being in Beast Wars and or his opinion about playing Megatron in Beast Wars or anything like that. He always says that he loved the writing. He loved he loved the writing in the scripts because it reminded him of Shakespearean art form. It reminded him of that classic British way. Hence why David Kaye gave him that like British kind of slang. We know why Beast Wars Megatron, the way he spoke, it kind of referenced that classic, oh, rubber ducky, that whole rubber ducky thing, which was kind of the metaphor for the skull, which was kind of how he interpreted that. And that's why it's such an iconic role and why David Kaye played that character so well, because it was Shakespearean, the way the writing was done and the way that Megatron spoke with years and all that kind of thing. I just love it. Oh shit! What am I doing? Where am I? Did you watch Gaio Gaigan? Gaio Gaigo? I've heard of it. No, I haven't seen it. Heard of it. Carl, TF Prime X equals something dark energy on. Yeah, pretty much. Something dark side. Something complete. Ah, yes. Decepticon King. Megs from the Fall of Cybertron and War of Cybertron was amazing. Yeah. Those games were great. I do love the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron games. They were really good. David K is unreal. Yeah, he is. He's just unreal, talented actor. He really is brilliant. Hats off to him and all the TF voices. Yep, definitely. Gary Chalk. Yep, gotta love Gary Chalk. Mate, you will adore Gaio Geiger. It is on YouTube too. Is that the Brave series? I'm just kind of I've completely phased. Is it the Brave series you're on about? I never got on with any of the Brave series. Yeah, it's Brave series. I thought it was. You know what? I've watched a little bit of one of the Brave series, but I never went back to it. I can't remember what the name of it was. It was basically just a car. I can't remember. And the main character, it was a car around the main character, and I completely forgotten. Ah, that's the one. Yeah, Ex Kaiser, Brave Ex Kaiser. Yeah, yeah, that's the one I'm aware of. I've not watched all of it completely. I mean, I do love my mecha. I do love my Japanese mecha, but I'm not aware of a lot of the stuff that came out in the 80s and 70s. The only stuff that I am aware of, the only thing that I'm more aware of is Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam, because the original Mobile Suit Gundam series, I think, came out in the late 70s, early 80s in Japan. And then it came out a lot later here, outside of in America and Europe. It came out a lot later, mostly thanks to Toonami with Gundam Wing. And Gundam Wing was obviously came out a lot later, but Gundam Wing was kind of like the stepping point for a lot of Western audiences going into that world of Gundam for the first time. But I do love my Japanese. I do love my mecha stuff. I love my Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam stuff, even though some of the series isn't as good as the others. But I do love it. I do love Gundam. I love my Evangelion, however you want to pronounce that. A lot of people do not like Evangelion or whatever, but because of certain things that happen within the series, and obviously it not really making much sense, especially the end of Evangelion. Jesus Christ, that movie still baffles me, but I still love it. I still love that series. I love the original animated series. I love the rebuild films. I think the rebuild films are brilliant, because even though the first two rebuild films are practically the series, but just much more nicer to look at. But yeah, the third and final, is it? Yeah, the fourth one. No, there's four rebuild films, isn't there? Yeah, that the fourth one just recently came out within the last year. So, but yeah, the finally gave it an ending that actually made some sense. They finally gave it an ending that actually gave it some sense, and actually, Shinji and the rest of the child pilots, Eva pilots, are all more happier at the end than there was originally, because it was kind of like it was like the Adam and Eve thing, wasn't it? Like with Evangelion originally, in the original series, how it all ended, it was very much like the whole it was very much like the old Adam and Eve thing. It was very biblical. Was Evangelion, and I think that's why it had a lot of criticism over the years, because it was kind of taking the biblical sense, like angels and creating stuff like as a god, like God creating things, which is like the guy at the top of Nerve, which is Shinji's dad, basically the mad scientist that created the Eva project, and kids getting involved in these fights with the angels, in these essentially what are also angels. The Evas are actually angels, but they're kind of biomech stuff mixed up with human DNA. So they're kind of like a human angel hybrid. It is very, very fucking confusing, but I absolutely adore Evangelion. Anyway, where are we? Cal. Yeah, that was the very first of the Brave series. Someone started subbing it when then stopped after about 6 episodes. Right, okay. Septicon King. When we going to get a Star Saber with his bed sheet cape? I don't know. Is your family car a robot too? Septicon King. The Dinobots in X-Geyser, if I recall, been some time. Yeah, I think there was like I can't remember now. I never watched that many episodes, but I think there was kind of like dinosaur bots in it. Shinji, my lad. Poor Shinji. Poor Shinji. Yeah, he's got daddy issues. Most people that watch Evangelion just want to slap Shinji across the face and go, fucking get on with it, you whiny little bitch. Man up. Yeah, and there's no such thing as man up. I apologise. That's a very Victorian phrase these days, I agree. But come on, Shinji. You've got Oscar, you've got essentially your mother, Ray. Yeah, do not go there. But you've got at least Oscar. Come on now, man. And you've got that really sexy purple-haired woman. I know she's older than you, but at least if I was him, I would at least give it a try. Come on now. You're in a big fucking Ava. You know what? If my dad was him, it was Shinji's dad. If my dad was Shinji's dad, and he said, Shinji, or me, for instance, if I was Shinji, basically, Shinji, I want you to get into the Ava, and I want you to fight the angels. I'd be like, fuck you, Dad. I hate you, but yeah, that's awesome. I'm getting in that fucking Ava. We're gonna fucking smash some angels. I would still, the fucking Avas are fucking amazing. I would fucking love to operate one of those machines. They're fucking great. Septicon King. I adore old ADV anime. Yeah, ADV, which essentially became Funimation because Funimation they got the licensing agreements, a lot of the ADV stuff once ADV finished, and a lot of the voice actor talent went on to be a part of Funimation as well. Nadiesko, yeah. That's a series that I'm currently. Well, I've actually got Nadiesko. I've got the series and I've got the movie. I need to go back to watching Nadiesko. I was maybe about 5 or 6 episodes in, so I need to go back and watch that. Oh crap! Here comes Third Impact. Yeah, there'll probably be a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh, and an eighth, and a 10th. Probably if there's any planet left, there won't be if I was an Ava pilot. But at least I'll get the fucking job done without whining like a little bitch like Shinji sometimes, Sometimes you just, when when Shinji's kind of all depressed and I know a lot of shit's going on and, at the end of the day, he's still a kid. But, there's some points in even when you're watching Evangelion, the original series or the rebuilds, whatever, and sometimes when you watch it and you just kind of, it's like, wallowing in self-pity, listening to his recorder with his earphones on, and he's just kind of like this all the time. And then Oscar and Ray and everyone are fighting, and he can hear it all going on behind him, and he's just oblivious and just ignoring it all. And it's just me just wanting to go through the TV, get him by his neck, and just wring his neck and say, "Get in the Ava, your friends are dying. Don't do it for you, do it for the world, do it, fucking go for it." You know, that's just me. Anybody else think that? But anyway, I still love the series regardless. Silicon King, she asks, have you seen Trigon? I have, yes. I actually own Trigon, the series. It's very good. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to come to an end with this now. It's now over an hour. An hour and 6 minutes. But it's been a fun conversation. It's been a nice little hangout. It's been good to talk with Carl. It's been a while since Carl's been involved in a live stream, in comment or whatever for a while. So thank you to Carl for getting involved. It's been fun. But I'm going to bring it to an end now. And also thank you to Jason and Wendy as well. It's always a pleasure to have you two involved in the live stream. But yeah, unless there's anything else anybody wants to talk about in the next 5 minutes or so. If not, then I'll bring this to an end. But it's been fun. But if you're still watching or listening to me, Jason, Wendy, I recommend a series. It's on Funimation. I don't know where else you'd find it. It might be on Crunchyroll as well now. But I recommend a series called Rising of a Shield Hero. If I know you, Jason, Wendy, you're into your video games, but it's a series called it's a series known as an isekai, which means a series that is based on another world, where basically the main character has been kind of brought from like his world, which is our world, to a world that is more like a video game, and that's what's known as an isekai in Japan. So if you're into that kind of thing where someone from our world gets brought into like a video game setting, RPG kind of video game setting, then it's something you might be interested in. There's dragons, there's knights, there's demons, there's monsters, and it's different races of people. Like you've got beast people, and then you've got all this kind of interesting stuff going on behind the scenes with the king and all this kind of stuff. It's really good. It's really good. I do recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. Rising of a Shield Hero. I recommend it if you haven't seen it already. But anyway, so I'm going to come to an end now. So thank you again to Jace, to Wendy, to Carl for coming into it and watching and getting involved in the comments. But thank you very much indeed. It's been a pleasure as always. So I hope anybody that's been watching, coming in and out, have enjoyed it. But thank you very much indeed. Ta-ra to you too, Jace. But anyway, so enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and the rest of your weekend, people. Hope you have a great time. And peace. And I'll be back very soon with other live streams. And hopefully I'll probably start making some videos soon on the channel. I am thinking about starting to do some anime-related videos on the channel, because the toy side of things, toy reviews, I'm a little bit like that at the moment. I'm still a bit burnt out with doing videos about toys at the minute. And also I want to get my collection all sorted out before I start doing toy reviews again. But in the meantime, I might do some stuff talking about some anime that I've been watching, and stuff that I'm currently watching, and stuff that I've seen, I've seen multiple times that I haven't spoken about yet. But if anyone's interested in that, let me know. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in doing that, just to kind of get some videos out there for people. But anyway, so thank you. See you soon. Bye bye.